Coming up on SMTV News.
ChatGPT has become some people's therapist. SMTV reporter Stephanie Perez-Munoz explains why this is making therapy complicated.
A Hattiesburg bike shop participated in Save a Life Day by passing out free naloxone to help combat drug overdoses.
And to wrap up today's newscast, we will have an update on our Golden Eagles and their latest matchups.
All of this and more coming up on SMTV.
Your SMTV newscast starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Studios on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News, the voice of the student.
Good morning, I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox. Here is our top news story. Research shows that there are currently over 700 million users that engage weekly with ChatGPT. Usage focuses on everything from schoolwork to even therapy. SMTV reporter Stephanie Perez-Munoz explains the complications of using AI as a therapy tool.
Common ways people use AI is for writing assistance, informational retrieval, educational support, and brainstorming ideas. Some use AI for rehearsing difficult conversations or even seeking immediate emotional help when a human is not available. Licensed therapist Kinsley May explains those who may not feel validated will turn to ChatGPT because it will not disagree with them.
ChatGPT can't challenge you or disagree with you in a sense. It learns from what you tell it in a sense. Like you kind of tell it what you need in the moment. If it's a cooking recipe, if it's a meal plan, if it's whatever, it pulls from different resources.
May says that using AI for meal, workout, or journaling plans is okay, but recommends to use with caution.
Make sure you're reading through it, make sure it's something that is speaking to you. It's just like word of mouth. You don't believe everything you hear, right? Some things you kind of, I take as I go and apply it to my life.
Junior, Bree Jones, uses ChatGPT to help her with meal planning and workout plans, and she explains that she does not think someone should use AI to confide in.
If they're going through something, if they need therapy or anything, no, don't think people should do that. Because I believe it is a computer at the end of the day.
May recommends students to go to their counseling services on campus or text or call the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline for immediate responses when in need. I'm Stephanie Perez-Munoz with SMTV.
Students can also use a crisis text line by texting HOME to 741-741 to talk to a live professional.
USM recently had a professor from UC Berkeley for the Rayborn Lecture Series in Physics and Astronomy. The lecturer covered the theory of chemical physics. In this lecture, titled Chemistry Under the Arrow, Dr. Daniel Neumark spoke about his work regarding the transition state in chemistry and why it is important understanding other parts of chemistry like catalysis. As a chemical physics, Neumark's work is similar to the work of Dr. Grayson Rayborn, who started the series.
Physics is a fundamental science. It's underneath everything. And our speakers traditionally, they were from quantum physicists to astrophysics. And today we show someone who's actually closer to Dr. Rayburn's research when he was active. It's in the realm of chemical physics.
Neumark's work remains purely fundamental for the time being, with no foreseen practical uses. He explains the importance of fundamental research in science.
The amount of science and engineering that culminates in your iPhone is just tremendous, right? The electronics is based on semiconductor physics and electron hole pairs and energy level spacings, and this is all fundamental science.
Rayborn Lecture Series was established by Dr. and Mrs. Rayborn. The lecture series encapsulated many different areas of physics. Some of the topics previously discussed in the series includes quantum and astrophysics.
Coming up next on SMTV News, weather anchor Sophia Vitrano has your forecast for Hattiesburg and the Gulf Park campus in Long Beach.
Plus, hear what Southern Miss students and faculty think of the cover of pop music artist Sabrina Carpenter's new album.
And find out about events being held in Hattiesburg for Hispanic Heritage Month. That and more when SMTV returns.
At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Big Man Rocker Recliner, their price over $900. Our price $399. Dream Cloud Hybrid Mattress, their price $1299. Ours is $499, and the sheets and pillows are free. Ashley Sectional, theirs is $24.99. Ours $15.99. Reclining Sofa and Love Seat, their price $2,000. Ours is $14.99, and the recliner is free. Furniture Direct, your furniture and mattress destination.
The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, amplifying truth and combating false information across Southeast Mississippi, reporting what matters and giving control to the community. With our What is True hotline, we're fighting back against misinformation and disinformation, making sure our communities get the facts straight from the source. Through trusted journalism and a dedicated fact-checking process, we ensure every story is accurate and fair. The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center at the University of Southern Mississippi, reporting what matters through the Scripps Howard Foundation. Visit rhcjcnews.com to learn more.
Now, from SMTV News, here's your Golden Eagle forecast.
Hey Golden Eagles, I'm Sophia Vetrano. Let's take a look at what's ahead this week for Hattiesburg and the Gulf Park campus in Long Beach. In Hattiesburg, Thursday kicks off with a high of 85 degrees. There's a low of 65 and only a 25% chance of rain. Over in Gulf Park campus in Long Beach, there's a high of 83, low of 70, and a higher chance of rain coming in at 40%. Make sure you have an umbrella in Hattiesburg and Long Beach. Moving into Friday in Long Beach, Friday has a 45% chance of rain, highs near 82 and lows around 67. At Hattiesburg, Friday is picture-perfect sunny skies, warm temperatures with a high of 83 and a refreshing low of 62. You're in the clear for rain, Hattiesburg. By Saturday, clouds begin to build. There's a 40% chance of showers with highs around 82 and lows near 64. Over in Gulf Park, rain increases on Saturday, climbing to 65%, while highs remain steady in 82 and a low of 69. Now here's your 7-day forecast. Here in Hattiesburg, those rain chances climb even higher. Sunday's 55, so you'll want to keep an umbrella close. Temperatures stay mild with a high of 82 and a low of 68. As we head into Monday, scattered storms are still in play. About a 55% chance of rain, with highs near 83 and a low of 70. Tuesday is the same with a high of 85, and keeping a low of 70, with about a 50% chance of showers. By Wednesday, conditions improve slightly, just a 35% chance of rain, high of 86 and 69 low. Thursday finishes off the week with a slim 30% chance of rain, still warm with high nears 84 and lows to upper 60s. Now looking at our Gulf Park campus, by Sunday, showers become even more likely, an 80% chance of rain, so it may be better to stay indoors. Expect highs near 82 and lows around 72. Monday stays stormy too, with a high of 70% chance of rain and a high 85 and a low of 73. Tuesday and Wednesday have a high of 84 with a low of 70. Tuesday brings 65% chance of rain, and Wednesday brings 50%. That's all I have for weather. How y'all feeling about all this rain?
I just don't want to get my hair wet every single day.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I like some rain here and there, but every single day, that's just going to ruin a lot of my plans.
It's too much, and I'm honestly scared because I don't own an umbrella. So I think I'm just going to stay indoors and listen to some music.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of music, Sabrina Carpenter is making headlines. Listen to this story now. A famous pop star is currently taking criticism for her latest album cover. Sabrina Carpenter is a renowned pop star whose songs have consistently hit the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100. Her new album cover, Man's Best Friend, features her on all fours with a man gripping her hair. This has received a lot of criticism on social media for being offensive. However, some students do not see it as an issue.
I think it's very empowering, especially her album cover. A lot of people were like, wow, she's just being dragged around by a man, but she's reclaiming her own sexuality. If she likes that, that's her prerogative. And who are we, just a bunch of people who aren't famous, who have nothing to do with anything showbiz, who are we to tell her what she can and can't like and what she can and can't do with her body and her album cover?
Carpenter is also ridiculed for dressing overly sexual as well as having suggestive lyrics. She continues with this signature look while also advocating for her political beliefs. According to the USM School of Media and Communication professor, Dr. Dave Davies, Carpenter's success isn't just because of her music.
I think you could write an entire dissertation on what this represents in terms of where our culture is going. in terms of music, in terms of the sexualization of performers who present their music. But from a pure social media standpoint, it's just good marketing. Like it or not, it's worked for Sabrina Carpenter, but it's certainly true that there's so many issues tied into this that scholars will probably be parsing for years and years.
Sabrina Carpenter is continuously growing her popularity while also taking controversial stances.
It is currently Hispanic Heritage Month, a time to recognize the contributions of Hispanic and Latin cultures. This year, however, many events across the country are being canceled due to a fear of immigration policies. Reporter Stephanie Perez Munoz has more on how this relates to Hattiesburg.
Hispanic Heritage Month is a month where people are given a chance to learn and celebrate the contributions of Hispanic and Latin cultures. There are events across the country, but many have been canceled or postponed due to immigration concerns. However, in Hattiesburg, Vice President of the Mississippi Latinx Art Association, Jacqueline Gonzalez Wooten, says she and her team still wanted to host their event in different areas downtown.
We hired some musicians to come and play in different locations in town, and they were going to play music that was Latino inspired.
Despite the immigration concerns, she feels that it is important to show the value of the Latino community here in Hattiesburg.
You need to be out there expressing what your culture is, and we need other people to be able to, help. And so yes, I think now more than ever, we think now more than ever that we need to continue doing that.
Grad students Adelia Orozco sees this month as a way to celebrate her and her family's accomplishments.
I have achieved what my parents' idea of the American dream was, so it's a moment to recognize their achievements during this time.
Orozco is not from Mississippi and noticed that there was not many Latinos here, but is happy that there was an event held for Latinos. I'm Stephanie Perez Munoz with SMTV.
You can visit mslatinxart.square.site/Moretos to look at their upcoming events.
Coming up next on the SMTV News, a local business in Hattiesburg handed out free Naloxone to the community.
And local sheriffs not being allowed to use radar to stop speeders. What's being done to change that in hopes of making roads safer when SMTV returns.
Does your furniture store check all the boxes? At Furniture Direct, we check all the boxes and then some. Lowest price guarantee, name brand quality, 0% interest financing, locally owned and operated, local warehouse, which means you buy it today and get it today. At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Name brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, Franklin, Catnapper, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
Are you a Mississippi University College enrolled junior or senior pursuing an exciting career in broadcasting? The Mississippi Association of Broadcasters is offering scholarships to help qualified college students realize their dreams. Mississippi radio and TV broadcasters are looking for the best of the best to work in a variety of rewarding positions. Apply today and learn more. Visit msbroadcasters.org and click on the Students link. Applications must be received by October 17th. Apply today.
This past Thursday was Save a Life Day, and Moore's Bike Shop in Hattiesburg gave out Naloxone, a life-saving overdose drug. I had the chance to speak with James Moore, the owner of Moore's Bike Shop, to learn about his giving back to the community. Moore's Bike Shop in Hattiesburg hosting an event giving out free Naloxone, taking part in Save a Life Day.
For 6 years at the bike shop, we've been handing out no-cost Naloxone to anyone who comes in asking for it that has an addiction issue. But we wanted to bring greater exposure to it through this public event, and we've had great success. For the first time in decades, the addiction deaths in the United States have fallen, and they fell a lot last year, about 25%, simply because of greater access to this overdose reversing drug.
Jessica Etcherson demonstrates how to use Naloxone nasal spray to help someone in need.
So Narcan nasal spray is this little nose spray right here. There is a plunger that holds all of your medications. That's right here. Once you slip it into the person's nose that is suffering from the overdose, you would press this trigger And once you do, it releases the Narcan naloxone nasal spray into their system, and that counteracts your overdose.
Moore advocates for everyone to learn about naloxone and other emergency treatments for overdose because they could have saved his son 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago that I found my son deceased from an overdose. I didn't realize until weeks afterwards that had I known of naloxone, and when I found him, had there been a spark of life left in him, one spray in one nostril might have had him standing up talking within a minute or two. When I learned that, it made it my goal to make the public aware of this miracle overdose antidote and to make it available.
Moore says having a kit like this available could help you save someone's life when they're down to their last breath. For more information, you can call 601-218-5159, or you can also visit standupmississippi.org for more information.
Sheriffs in Mississippi say their hands are tied when it comes to stopping speeders on county roads. Radar guns are off, limits under state law, a restriction some residents believe puts their communities at risk. Ashlyn Joyner with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center here at USM shows us what's at stake in the debate.
Mississippi has one of the lowest percentages of traffic deaths tied to speeding, 19% in 2023 compared to 29% nationwide. But sheriffs say that number is still too high, and without radar guns, they don't have the tools to bring it down.
It's very, very frustrating when we know the technology is out there for us to utilize to try and deter speeding on these county roads.
Forest County Sheriff Charles Sims says relying on methods like pacing just doesn't work.
If you're speeding down the road and you see a marked unit come up behind you, what are you going to do? You're going to slow down, which totally takes that tool away from us.
State law only allows radar for highway patrol and for certain city and campus police departments. Sims called it a flawed system, one he's been trying to change for nearly 45 years. State Representative Gene Newman joined the fight in 2020, but
it's just like running into a stone wall. I mean, you go talk to House members and they're just like, no.
Neighboring states, Louisiana and Arkansas, allow sheriffs to use radar. While they have lower overall traffic deaths, Newman says there are concerns.
They're like speed traps in both states. The deputies are spending all their time out on interstate running radar, and they'll get you for 2 or 3 miles an hour over and write you a ticket.
Newman, Sims, and the Mississippi Sheriff's Association are asking for a middle ground. Let sheriffs use radar, but guard against abuse. Resident Crystal Walker says giving sheriffs radar could make drivers think twice.
I think people have kind of timed it out where they know that patrol officers are not going to be. I think it would slow down a little bit. I think people would notice the police presence a little bit more.
Despite years of setbacks, Newman says he's not giving up, but he worries change may only come after another tragedy.
Sooner or later, something's going to happen right before the session. That's when they'll pass it, which is sad, because that means somebody probably died.
Reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, I'm Ashlyn Joyner.
Sims says supporters are now considering putting the question directly to voters through a statewide ballot referendum.
Coming up next on SMTV News,
SMTV sports anchor Alvia Walker recaps the Golden Eagles' victory at the Rock versus Jack State and gives us a preview of the next matchup.
The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct offers the largest selection of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster, which means you can buy it today and sleep on it tonight. Come experience the cooling comfort of Tempur-Pedic, the ultimate support of Stearns & Foster, and of course, the most trusted name in sleep, Sealy Posturepedic. Why settle for less when you can sleep on a Sealy for $4.99, plus get the sheets and pillows for free? The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel.
To make sure our futures took off, we joined the Mississippi Army National Guard. With part-time service, we were able to get paid training in the aviation field. We learned skills that helped us get started down the path to a great civilian career. And this is just one out of the hundreds of jobs the Mississippi Army National Guard can train you for. You can learn a trade and earn money for school, all while serving close to home and being there for your community. See what your future could look like by going to nationalguard.com/ms.
Now, time for your SMTV Sports.
It's game time, Golden Eagles. I'm Alvia Walker, your SMTV Sports anchor, and let's kick it right over to soccer. Southern Miss falls to Old Dominion with a 7-1 loss on Sunday. The Monarchs exploded for 5 goals in the first half and added 2 more after the break, while Southern Miss managed just 1 goal early. The Lady Golden Eagles will be traveling to Lafayette, Louisiana to face the Raging Cajuns at 7 p.m. this evening. Let's change gears over to Golden Eagle volleyball. Southern Miss dominated ULM with a 3-0 sweep. After cruising in the opening set, the Golden Eagles held off a late ULM push in the second, then closed strong in the third. This win moves Southern Miss to 10-3 on the season and keeps the perfect in the Sun Belt play. USM will be back in action tomorrow in Jonesboro, Arkansas to face Arkansas State. Now let's recap last week's football matchup. Southern Miss football protected home turf with a 42-25 win over Jacksonville State. The Golden Eagles built a 21-3 halftime lead behind Braylon Braxton and Jeffrey Pittman, combining for 4 touchdowns, while the defense capitalized on 4 Gamecock turnovers. The Golden Eagles will get rest this week as they prepare for Georgia Southern next week. And now it's time for our SMTV Player News of the Week. Our SMTV Player of the Week goes to outside hitter Bryn Bakken. Bakken led the Golden Eagles with 13 kills to seal the deal for the Lady Golden Eagles. This has been your SMTV Sports segment. I'm Alvia Walker, and as always, Southern Miss to the top.
Thanks, Alvia. Coming up next, a local event downtown brings local culture and community together.
Don't go anywhere. SMTV News will be right back.
Are you waking up with the bed aches? At Furniture Direct, we have the solution, the all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Sealy is the brand. Posturepedic is the technology to give you the restful sleep you deserve. Sealy is the most trusted name in sleep, and at Furniture Direct, we have the largest selection at the lowest price allowed by the factory. Buy it today and sleep on it tonight, plus take months to pay 0% interest. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, amplifying truth and combating false information across southeast Mississippi, reporting what matters and giving control to the community. With our What is True hotline, we're fighting back against misinformation and disinformation, making sure our communities get the facts straight from the source. Through trusted journalism and a dedicated fact-checking process, we ensure every story is accurate and fair. The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center at the University of Southern Mississippi, reporting what matters through the Scripps Howard Foundation. Visit rhcjcnews.com to learn more.
The Mobile Street Festival has come and gone once again in the Hub City, bringing local residents together for fun, food, music, and more.
SMTV's reporter Kiara Fox has the story.
The streets of downtown Hattiesburg were occupied this weekend, yet not with traffic, but with the celebration.
The Mobile Street Festival is a cultural heritage festival that was started to bring attention to a community that was in decline.
And what better way to bring the community back together to showcase all of what Mobile Street was known for?
Entertainment district during segregation in Hattiesburg, and you had great gospel music, great blues, and businesses that were located on Mobile Street. So we wanted to bring that attention back, so we decided to start out with a festival 20 years ago.
Once a thriving hub for Black-owned businesses, Mobile Street's legacy still echoes through these blocks. History that isn't just remembered, but also celebrated. Within the past 20 years, the festival has been able to bring the community together through music, food trucks, street vendors, and more. According to attendee Sabir Abdul-Wahab, being here creates quite the feeling.
I feel really excited. It feels really good to be working in the Hattiesburg community, as a part of the Mobile Street community, as a part of the greater Hattiesburg community, and really engaging with folks, seeing what's on people's minds, having conversations, and really just enjoying the energy. I just feel really inspired.
Inspiration that will leave a lasting legacy throughout the Hattiesburg community. Kiara Fox, SMTV News.
I can't believe that we finally have made it to October. That means Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Halloween, and Gabby, it's both of our birthday months.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'll be turning 20 years old. And how old would you be turning?
22.
Yes, we're so excited for Halloween, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and all the things going on in October. What about you guys?
I'm very excited for it. Now, y'all need to go get your mammograms for the women.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. And I'm excited to celebrate y'all. Big numbers. Yes. It's exciting.
And our birthdays are only a day apart.
October 8th
Twin
and
flames.
October 9th.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching SMTV News. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to SM2 on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Get all of our SMTV newscasts, SMTV original programs, and even stream the student radio station, WUSM. This is all available at sm2media.com.
If you would like to submit a news tip, you can email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
And don't forget the latest issue of the Student Prince. This newspaper is out now. Pick up your copy today. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you on our next edition of SMTV News. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox, and always remember, Southern Miss to the top.